We are all acting. We're all fake. We're not real. We are playing roles constantly. You act differently around different kinds of people. When I am with my girlfriend, I act very different from when I am with a friend. Maybe one of my friends is very calm, and naturally when I am around them, I'm also way more calm. When I am around other kinds of friends, I'm way more energetic and crazy and so how you act depends on which persons are around you and who you are acting for. Currently I am acting for this camera or for my YouTube audience. Well, I'm pretty sure you have seen this yourself. Maybe you have a certain friend and you think he's one way, but then suddenly you're in a different environment with different people and suddenly the person that you thought you knew so well is acting completely differently than you know that person. And that's the point. We're putting on an act for different kind of people. It's very interesting when these groups of people clash into each other then, because then suddenly you have to decide, who's more important? Which role am I gonna take? Am I gonna take the calm role? Am I going to take the excited role? Yeah, that's always pretty interesting to see which side people choose. Imagine sitting in a room with your teacher, there's nobody else around. Then imagine sitting in a room with one of your friends, then with your parents, maybe with your girlfriend, and then tell me that you're not acting differently in each of these situations. You are not different. We are all acting. You included, myself included. So the question then is, should we judge people that act, that are not really themselves? Most people would say, yes, of course, you need to be yourself, you need to be authentic, you need to be real. You shouldn't care about what others think about you. But let me make an argument for the other side. Firstly, we are human. We do care what others think about us. That's why we have to act in a certain way around different kinds of people. We want other people to like us. Secondly, it just means we'll get along way better with each other, because if I have a calm friend who likes to keep it down and I keep it down, then I'm not fake. I'm just acting in a certain way that helps both of us to get along better with each other. And if I have another friend who likes getting excited and jumping around and being crazy, and I act in the same way, that's helping both of us because we're getting along better. And then thirdly, you can only be one person in your entire life. Doesn't that sound a bit boring? You can only be one person. But that's actually not the truth, because you can be a lot of different persons. You can play a lot of different characters. Depending on the situation you're in, depending on the people you're with, you can play different roles. And I think that's awesome. I think that's exciting. Thumbs up. So should you judge people for acting, for not being real? I think no. But there's definitely a line we need to draw, okay? In certain cases, there might be problems. What does it mean to be fake, not to be authentic? In my opinion, this has nothing to do with acting. The only thing you need to do in order to be authentic is not lying, and also not lying about the fact that you might be acting. So let people know that you act differently around different kinds of people. The problem only occurs when somebody thinks, oh, you're this way, and then they suddenly find out, oh my god, he has another completely different side. Or another problem would be you tell one person, no, I don't like Star Wars, and then you tell another person, yes, I love Star Wars, just to make them like you. That is lying. That doesn't work. That is too much acting, okay? There is a line. Don't cross the line. A certain amount of acting is completely fine and normal. If you do too much acting, that's called lying, okay? So don't do that, and let people know that you have different sides, so they aren't surprised when they find out that you can act in completely different ways, okay? Then another question is, what do people mean when they say, just be yourself? You hear that so often. What do they actually mean? Because you have so many different roles you could play. If they say, just be yourself, then you need to wonder, which version of me do they want? Do they mean the version how I act when I'm around my parents, when I'm around my siblings, around my friends, around my girlfriend, around my teachers? Which version do they want? Which? So, I think the sentence, just be yourself, is completely pointless. All it means is, it's gonna be alright. Don't worry. Find a role that fits the situation, okay? You will play a character that fits the situation. But you need to play a character. You can't just be yourself. What does being yourself mean? What does it mean? If you can tell me. I think it means absolutely nothing. You are always yourself. Always. There's no way you can not be yourself. What the hell? There's one special situation that really defines our personalities quite a bit, I think, and that's how we act when we are alone and when we don't need to prove anything to anybody. But also, those situations don't really matter in a social environment, so we shouldn't really care about them too much. But still, I think that's a pretty interesting situation, but you can still play different roles even when you're alone. Still possible, depending on your situation, on your location, on your mood maybe. You're still acting. Yeah, was a bit rambly. The main 3 takeaways I want to give you are: everybody is always acting. Don't be too harsh on people. Don't tell them they need to be real, that they need to be authentic. Don't tell them they need to be themselves. They are they are always themselves. Secondly, in order to be authentic, there's nothing special you need to do. All you need to do is telling the truth and admitting that you are playing different roles and characters and letting people know that you have different sides to your character. And the third and last advice I absolutely need to give you is just be yourself, okay? Just be yourself. And stop acting! Just be yourself, okay? I don't want you to act. You shouldn't care what others think about you. No. That was my crazy version, so now I'm wondering, do you agree or disagree with anything I've said, and do you know nobody who should see this video? If so, maybe share the link, would be cool. Other than that, there's nothing really going on right here, just cutting videos all day long. In case you're new here, I have a YouTube channel about creating video games and also a bit of random stuff like this. So if you're interested, check that out. Have an amazing day, make the world your playground, and see you tomorrow.